You can customize voice call settings like having calls forwarded to voicemail, changing your voicemail greeting, setting a ringtone for incoming calls, and turning on TTY mode for accessibility. To access this, select the profile picture in the upper right corner. If you don't see your profile picture here, instead it will show your initials. From this menu is where you can do various things like change your present status or set a status message. We're looking for the cog icon that says Settings. Once you select Settings, you will be prompted with the Settings dialog box. On the left is the navigation to the various areas that you can customize. We're looking for calls at the bottom of the list. By selecting calls, it will update to show you the various call components you can customize. Let's start at the top here in the section labeled Call Answering Rules. The default is for calls to ring to you, meaning you may hear an audible ring through the speakers of your device, as well as seeing a caption pop up when a call is incoming to answer or decline that call. If you would not like to be prompted in that way and yet have calls go directly to voicemail, select Forward My Calls. By selecting this, you'll notice that the menu that appeared in the bottom here is no longer displaying, and instead we have a message that is letting you know all incoming calls will be forwarded to your voicemail. Let's go ahead and set that back to Calls Ring Me. With Calls Ring Me, you now have a field underneath this of what would you like to happen if the call is not answered. It's currently set to do nothing. With this arrow pointing down, if we select that, we can change this to, when it's not answered, to go to voicemail. And how many seconds should it ring before it redirects to voicemail? Right now it's set to 10 seconds with that downward facing arrow. We can change that to 20 seconds, which is the default, or 30 seconds. And as we scroll through the menu, you'll see that it goes up to 60 seconds. Let's go ahead and leave that at 10 seconds for now. The next section is voicemail. By selecting Change Voicemail Greeting, it is going to call into voicemail, and then you will receive prompts to be able to re-record that greeting and listen to that greeting. The next section is ringtones. Calls that are coming to you, it is currently set to the default ringtone. With the downward facing arrow, you can change this to other selections. Let's scroll through the list and take a look. Bop, bounce, bubbles, all sorts of things. If you work in an open floor plan, an open space, or you do have colleagues that are nearby on their devices as well, you may want to differentiate your ringtone from theirs. Let's go ahead and set this to wobble. If you'd like to take a listen to preview what it's going to sound like, select the arrow pointing to the right to preview that ringtone. If you're working with the TTY device, you can turn on TTY. This enables communication to happen by using text over the phone line. As you make these setting changes, it is automatically saving it. Notice that in this menu, there is no Save button or OK button. So as each choice is made, it's updating that customization. Once you're done making all of the setting changes, select the X in the upper right corner to close this dialog box and go back to where you were working within the Teams application. And that's how you can customize voice call settings.